Yamara! Umara! Yangara! Yanwari! Nyere Boya! Quava Boyara!
These carriers here in this little valley here, in the afternoon, the curracks and the white-tails munnets come in here and sit up.
I loved this piece because it really was informative, a great call to action and bringing awareness, but it also added that element of immersion into the groundwork. It felt like we were right on the ground with them, working in the field work, and it gave a very immersive experience. And I think that's a great way to get your audience engaged and your audience caring in a new way, because it felt like I had been there and I was doing the work with them and seeing these stunning creatures and seeing the lengths that members of the community are going through to maintain this species was really an important device and a great way of centering the film. Yeah, gorgeous cinematography throughout that really captured the splendor of the species and the environment in which it lives. And I think all of the experts and individuals' findings and knowledge and information that they passed on really helped to flesh this out.
Compelling and inspirational piece, and oftentimes a very sad and disappointing piece when it reveals the myriad of ways that humanity has had a problematic relationship with nature and how that has complicated the biodiversity of many environments and has affected obviously many species. I was not aware of this particular crisis, but I thought it was interesting how they were able to overlap this particular issue with the greater issue of conservation, nature, and humans' relationship with the environment in general. I thought there were a lot of really, obviously very great drone shots of the forest, of the birds, and just a sense of scale and scope within the piece I thought matched what you would expect from animal documentary. But I thought that the subjects of the piece, the people working on the ground, showing the complexity of the work of having to retrieve the birds and track the birds, and I thought there was a lot of passion in those sequences and a lot of sort of educated, inspirational perspectives that sort of work well to make the piece compelling and function as a call to action, given the lack of awareness around this particular issue and general engagement on environmental issues.
When you get down to the basics, it's all about a call to action. Like, what are we going to do to solve this? You lay the information out there. These are the birds. This is their life. They're endangered. Their environment is being destroyed. But while you're doing this, through the narration, there's and through the music choice, you can tonally set it differently, if that makes sense, to where you're more inclined for empathy for what you're seeing on screen, and you're seeing these birds and you're seeing the environments that they're being put into and into these cages, and watching their homes be destroyed. And it just lays it out to say, like, hey, we have to do something. It's very smart. It's very informational. It's very heartfelt. There was like a lot of care that went into this. It's just really smart. It's just a very, very good documentary.
I was so amazed by the passion of the people trying to save them. I was thrilled to see so much work being done to help them. The sweet shots of the birds in the artificial boxes brought me to tears. I loved the close-up footage of the faces of these birds. They actually seemed to be smiling. Gorgeous drone footage of the forests, but the shots of the cleared areas were so sad. What a wasteland. Ironically, the land is being cleared often to generate green energy materials. The narrator's voice was so lovely and articulate, very sympathetic tone, and the orchestral soundtrack was so inspiring. Congrats to the team who created this call to action film.
You could really feel the love for these birds with this documentary. You could feel the significance that they have to their country of Australia and how much they will be missed if they do in fact go extinct. I thought that all of the Google Maps or not Google Maps, Google Earth footage that they used in this film was really, really effective in showing just the impact of humans on our Earth and how much they can devastate an area in so little time. The time-lapse photos of throughout the years of all the clear cutting and the mining and what that's doing to the black cockatoo habitat. It was definitely very significant, very impactful for this film, just to see visually that devastation on that large of a scale. And all the footage, the overhead footage of the human-created barren wastelands that are left after all this mining. I thought that was super powerful to see as well. Just creating a Mars wasteland out of what was once a beautiful forested habitat for these birds. I also thought it was very ironic, and I liked that they mentioned this, that this mining a lot of the times was for green technology minerals, green technology that is devastating these habitats. I thought that was really interesting and something that a lot of people don't bring up when we discuss electric cars and green technology, is that it does in fact have an impact on the environment.
It's a situation where the environmental crisis directly affects certain animals, and how our want to elevate as far as industrially can definitely have detrimental effects on the ecosystem of life. And then you also have the issues of the hunting, where they're being shot out of the sky, and it's this unequal battle for food between the apple and pear growers in this area. So they're at a loss and a complete threat for losing their nesting, and because of the declining habit, losing all existence on this world. And so it really calls through, talking head interviews, through imagery of these birds as they are now, through impassioned pleas to stop these threatened species from disappearing forever, and to let us know that there's a clock ticking on the black cockatoos, and will we save them in time. And I definitely left this piece feeling engaged and feeling motivated to do something.
Love the knowledge that was put into this, information that was put into this documentary. I didn't know so much about black cockatoos, that they dance for each other and mate for life and live in really old trees, and they share knowledge, and they even, can kind of predict the rain and things like that. But the fact that these trees and their habitats are not being protected like they should be is really disgusting and sad. And basically all 3 species of this bird could be extinct within 2 decades. You take away the tree, you take away their home, their food, their mating rituals. It's really sad that these habitats aren't being protected.